Alright, today we're going to review the Tenpoint Titan Extreme crossbow. Now this one right here is my wife's, and I have some of the things that come with it. I'll give you the stats first on it. It shoots 333 feet per second. It's 38 inches long. Axle to axle is 21.6 and 18.5. That's this right here. Open 21, cocked or uncocked 21, cocked 18.5. Power stroke is how far that goes up there to engage, and that's 12.6. The bare bow with no accessories, nothing on it, 7.3 pounds. The draw weight's 180 pounds. That's how much it takes to pull that back. The main string. 420 grain arrow is supposed to have 93 pounds of kinetic energy, which I believe this blows right through deer. The scope that comes with the regular package is a 3x ProView 2 scope. This is a Rangemaster Pro. We have them on both of our bows. Honestly, except for the speed dial on there, there's no difference. The first scope that comes with this thing is really good for low light. It has lighted reticles and it goes way down low. So if you're at last light, you have it on the lowest setting, it won't blur your eyes up or nothing. It's real good. It'll come with one of these plastic shields that goes right here. That's just to help protect your fingers if you use it. I don't. You get a quiver, 10-point quiver with it. See, I don't think you get a cock and rope with it. It's been a while. And then they give you some aluminum arrows, which we don't use. Now we've had 9 different crossbows, including 2 of these, because like I say, we got another one. Horton, Barnett's, Bowtech's, Excals, Dartons. And these are the bows that for us, for me and my wife, have worked the best. They fit us, we like them. It's the only thing I use now, except for I got a little Barnett Recruit as a backup. Okay, now her bow here, like I said, it has a Rangemaster Pro. It has 6mm dots on it. It goes out to 60 yards. Sighted in at 20, go back to 30, make sure everything's cool, go to 40, and go from there. And once you get it sighted in at 40 yards or even 30, the rest of them should fall in place pretty good. Safety's right here. I like this arrow retention spring because it's actually got rubber on it and it holds that arrow really good. She has an AccuDraw 50 on it, and what that is, it just comes out. I just had this thing out here and freaking thing popped in. There you go. Both sides will come out like this, and you can see the hooks. You run the hooks down to here. I always go hook side up, both sides, pull it back until it engages that. Take it back off, stick it in here. There you go. What she also has is a steady Eddie monopod. And this ball here can either sit right on the ground, or you can put it on your hip, your stomach, wherever you're comfortable, on your leg, on your chair. And it'll help the front from dropping, because most of these bows are pretty front heavy. For her, she's just started using it, so she seems to like it okay. She actually has the bow jacks on hers. I've got the SDS system with it also. Now this thing here, we've got set up just for us. And what I shoot with it is a Black Eagle Executioner 20-inch arrow. And then I got this showing you just for the practice tip. That's a Swacker, 125 grain, 2.25-inch cut. And you practice with them, just wrap a little duct tape around the end. That's all you gotta do. This one here got bent up, went through a turkey. Hit a log or a stick or something, but I got replacement blades for it. This combination right here, I put through the shoulders of deer, not purposely, but just that's what happened. And it just blew them out. It broke big bones and went right on through. I don't recommend shooting in the shoulders on purpose, but it's gonna happen sometimes, and if it does, if you just look at these heads, I'm gonna jump off the other one real quick. You got a long ways before your blades are engaged. That's a lot of broadhead that goes into that deer at an angle before those open up, and it just blows them apart. Turkeys too. So this is a really super accurate bow right out of the box, man. Make sure your scope's leveled. Put some, they got the oil, put a couple drops of oil on here. Keep these here waxed up, but not, you know, don't go insane. Make sure you put a couple drops in there, because there's a little protector down there for your cables to keep them from rubbing against the top and cutting. when you install it. You want to make sure that you do it right. If you're curious, if you're not sure, call them up and ask them. They can help you figure it out, or take it to a dealership. Lots of places sell Tenpoints. You can usually find somebody that'll help you, but don't put it in there wrong, because you'll end up messing up your strings. Now I'm just going to put this over here by my smoker, and I'm going to show you. Mine is rigged up a little bit different than my wife's. I only shoot offhand. I don't use shooting sticks. I don't like them. Just for me personally, I don't feel that I need them yet. So this is a SDS system right here, just a stump stopper for the string. With that and the bow jacks, which I also have on there, it really quiets this bow down quite a bit. Takes a lot of vibration out. I use the same arrow. I obviously don't use the shield. Everything else is the same. Now this bow also comes with a crank, and the crank will go the same place where her 50's at. And you just take the horseshoe, pull it over, hook it on, crank it on back, click, take it off. And it's got places for everything to sit. She had one, but she didn't care for it, because she cocked her bow at the stand and it was too loud. But you can cock it at your vehicle or something. So if you got bad shoulders, the trigger on this, and I didn't really cover that, it's got a really good pull. The only thing I didn't care for this bow when I first got it was the safety. It was loud. And I'm not talking, I don't just slam them forward. I push them slowly, or if I push them across, I do it slowly, and I usually use both hands. So they recommended to put some drops of oil in there and work it, and that's what I did. So now when I go to cock it, I sit the bow like this against my leg. In a ground blind or a tree stand, it don't matter which way, this is how I sit it. When a deer comes in, I just reach down, take the safety off, wait for it to go behind a tree or whatever so I can lift up, and then blast it when it comes within where I need to hit it. They're pretty tough. Mine's scratched up and banged up. It's gonna happen. Walking through the woods. I got a shoulder strap for it, and you see the little hole right down here. And then there's another one back here somewhere. Yeah, right there. And so I'll just sling it over my back and walk it in, but you can see mine is chipped up. The paint all over the place, man. And I try to be careful with these things, but they're awkward. They're awkward to carry around. I should be used to it by now, but I still end up banging into stuff. But it doesn't matter. When you're shooting them, you're always going to make sure, test everything. Make sure that your screws are tight for your scope, that your base isn't wobbling. This up here, you'll see there'll be screws. I'm not going to show you how to install it and do all that crap, because you can just watch a video for that, another video. But you want to make sure that your foot stirrup's nice and tight. There's another main screw that goes in here. Make sure that's tight, and practice with it. They're pretty accurate. If you only shoot out to 20 yards, it ain't going to take you very long to get used to this and be able to blast. But if you want to have fun with it and go farther back, or if you just hunt farther back, most guys hunt 20 yards and under, sometimes out to 30. And this bow here, it isn't a speed bow, but it is the most accurate bow out of the box I've ever owned, out of all those different crossbows I've had. I'm not going to bash the different companies, because what works for me might not work for you. These are real personalized things. Sometimes you love them, sometimes you hate them, sometimes you love them in the store, like I did with my Darton, and then 2 weeks later sold it and got my wife another one of these. So it is what it is. But that's the basics there. You can get this package here, and I've had a few packages with scopes. They all sucked, every single one of them, except for the Tenpoint. That first scope that comes right with this bow, man. And it starts you off about 600. It'll be about 700 with the AccuDraw 50, and between 7 and 8 with the, I don't know, I guess it's just the regular AccuDraw, the one that's the crank. So when anybody ever asks me what I recommend for a crossbow to get started, or if you've just been shooting for a while and want to change up a little bit, these things are durable. It's a good company, backs the name. I think it's got like a 5-year warranty on it. You can't transfer it, but Camex is the only one that I'm aware of that allows you to do that anyhow. So no big deal there. Real tough bow, and it blows through deer like nothing. And with this combination, and you can shoot whatever you want, but I get these Black Eagle Executioners from Jerry at South Shore Archery. I'm gonna give him another plug, because this is the only arrows I've never had a problem with. No inserts coming out in my Reinhardt, no knocks falling out, fletchings falling off, except for your normal you know, it goes through a deer, hits a bone, or goes through a turkey and hits some hard feathers, you'll lose a fletching and stuff here and there. But they're worth every single penny, man. I'll never use another type of arrow on this bow except for that. And that combination of the swacker, that arrow, and that crossbow is deadly, deadly accurate all the way out as far as that scope will go. So I hope it helps if you're kind of on the fence of what you want to get. I can write on a forum and tell you all about it, or you can actually hold it and maybe get a little better look at it and check it out. Make sure it fits you. Make sure that the eye relief is real good and it pops right for you. You won't have a problem with this. I think anybody get good eye relief with this bow. That's it. Thanks for watching.